Hi guys, so today I thought I'd show you the VR games that I have most enjoyed playing since getting the Oculus 2 in December. I also thought I'd take this opportunity to see if I can produce a VR review video that doesn't make the viewers sick. So I might play around with stabilization and frame freezes and see if that helps. If you do throw up, I'm really sorry. So welcome to my VR home. If you've never been inside an Oculus before, it can be kind of amazing. I'm literally standing here inside this world. It's really quite incredible. But you can think of this as sort of your, your Windows loading page, your Windows background. When you first log in, you'll end up in a house and you can personalize it. Somehow. Settings, let's go for, there we go, virtual environments. So you can choose any personal environment. Let's try bubbles. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. Kind of makes me think of when John Oliver spent the pandemic in the void. I imagine this is kind of what the void looked like. There was quite a nice winter one that I like. Let's see if I can find that. Winter Lodge, that's it. And here we are standing in a ski resort somewhere. There's a fire behind us that appears to be bubbling. Oh, it's just really nice. And the depth to everything, you really do feel like you're standing in the ski resort. Almost to the point where your brain almost thinks you should be cold. Let's try somewhere else. Right, let me get on with this. I want to show you some of the games that I've been playing and the ones that I like and why. So I only got this at Christmas, so I guess, what's that, about 7 months ago. And I haven't been playing it for a couple of months because I had quite a few things on and I was getting a bit sort of about not being able to link it up to Airlink and things. And also I couldn't figure out how to record without it just creating this box. So when you record like I'm doing now in Oculus, it kind of comes out as a square rather than full screen. And for me, it was just, it's getting really annoying because in order to change that setting, you had to create, I think it was an Oculus developer's account, and then you had to Airlink to change the settings, and I couldn't because the technology that I have in my home is not really geared towards that. So I had to do a whole load of fiddling around with DaVinci to figure out how to make it look better than it was. But no, I'm getting back into things now. And before I start playing new games, I just wanted to show you the ones that I really, really enjoyed. So the very first game that I got was The Room. And I love this game. This game is just beautiful. The detail, I think that's the thing with so many of these games, is that the detail is just beautiful. And I grew up playing, games like this on the PC, which, I don't know, what was I playing recently? Oh God, I've forgotten the name of it. With the mansion and the guy who's sort of keeps getting possessed by the devil. And Manic Mansion and Dead Tentacle and kind of creepy cool things where you go around and you have to use strategy. Yeah. I mean, it just blew me away the first time I logged into this because my hands are covered in tweed. The cobble streets. I don't know if on the recording you can see this, if it's bright enough, but there are leaves just fluttering down the street, the fog around the gas lamps, looking up to the old London house with the pike railings. But I mean, honestly, just It blew my mind. This was the very first game that I picked up, and I just immediately saw the potential of this. My brain just went, oh wow. Oh hell yes. Let's go for it. I mean, again, now I'm standing on the building and I can walk forward and look over. Just the level of detail, the stars, the moon, the smoking chimneys, the flag. I feel like I'm standing in Victorian England, no question. It's really beautiful. And the weird thing for me is I kind of feel like I can smell things. I know I can't, but my brain is so immersed in this because of what I'm seeing that I feel like I can smell things. You know, like if you imagine running your hand over something and you can feel the texture. So for me, I feel like I can also smell the chalkboard over there, or sort of the foggy, misty street, or the ink on the paper. It's really interesting. So here you're getting the backstory of this museum. And I love that even like the text font looks, you know, there's been thought put into every part of this. So this is the first level, and you're in an ancient museum. Actually, I think you're inside the British Museum, and the Egyptian artifacts. It's again, I feel like I can smell it. And when you see sort of dust, like I guess it looks like Philip Pullman's sort of dust floating around. Here. Aha. It's a clue. And you've got this special lens that takes you into another dimension where you can see things that you can't see normally. And it gives you a clue as to what you're supposed to do. For me, it's just the right level of creepy, you know, nothing jumps out at you, nothing startles you, nothing tries to kill you, but it's got that really atmospheric kind of, oh, it's gorgeous, I love it, it's got a real feel to it. So, yeah, there are loads and loads of different puzzles that you have to try and solve. I've completely forgotten what you're supposed to do or how. It's like an escape room, I guess. And there's several puzzles that you have to solve in order to get the coffin out and find out what's inside it. So, I mean, immediately 10 out of 10 for atmosphere, detail, background, artwork, gameplay. I just love it. Whee! See, I don't know if you even saw that, but if you pull this down, and then you let go of it, I don't know if it shows up well on this, but the tray goes up so fast. There, you see dust comes off it when it hits the top. I mean, that level of detail is just beautiful. Yeah. Oh, dust again, lightning, rain against the top of the glass, which you can hear in your ears, the library up there. I mean, it's special. It is really special. Okay, so let me see if I can take you to the room that I like best. So So there's the option to skip a level here. I feel bad, but you know, I have completed this game already. I just really appreciate this ability to skip the level. I know it feels wrong, but because it allows me to show you the part that I want to show you. I think this might be it. Yes, this is it. I absolutely love the room that's coming next. I think it was just so smartly done. I mean, even the way that that chandelier swings is amazing. I just really love this cauldron. And as you're playing this level, there's an area over in the corner where you start putting together these spells, and you're putting them into this bubbling, boiling pot. And you can even light, I can't remember where it is, but there's a poker that you set fire to with the cauldron. And I mean, it's just delightful. Hidden doors, tree trunks that you can walk through. There we go, that's the clue that you're supposed to start making potions. But I honestly, I thought I could move in here. I could live in here. Oh, there we go, that's the thing that you can set fire to. Ugh, some things take a lot of opening. There we go. Honestly, I could live in here. Turn it off. And it goes out. I could do this all day. I'm very, very easily pleased. Stop. Right, okay, stop. You get the idea there. It's just... it's fairyland, and I love it. It's just gorgeous. Oh, yeah, here's the place where you make the potions. Yeah, alright, I think that I have... oh, you see when I turn this ball and the moon outside is changing with it? A gibbous moon, I believe that's called. I want to call it a gibbon moon. Okay, I think you get the idea of how special this game is. And imagine that this was my very first game in virtual reality. And it was just... it blew my socks off, it really did. It was everything I love about games. The suspense, the kind of mood, the atmosphere, the abandoned places, the mystery, the role-playing, the strategy. It's all bundled into one absolutely beautiful setup. So, I mean, if you like this sort of game, then this is the game for you. You know, go and download this because, you know, I don't think you'll regret it. Alright, so let me show you another game that I quite like. Okay, so another game that I really like is called Down the Rabbit Hole, and I like many of the same reasons that I liked The Room. Basically, it's atmospheric and it's fairy tale again. I mean, seriously, look at this. It's absolutely delightful. see if I can start the introduction, because it's an absolutely gorgeous introduction.
Grandpa.
Yes, dear?
I can't sleep. Can you tell me a story?
Okay, but you'll have to help me.
Okay.
Our story begins in a dark and twisting forest.
Dark and twisting forest.
And there was a young girl searching for...
Her lost pet.
Patches? Patches!
And she found a house.
And then what happened?
Oh, we're going to be late again.
Climbing down, the girl's footing slips as the ladder gives way. She begins a seemingly endless fall. Down, down, down she goes.
What is happening?
The fall was so long, she began to forget where she was, or even who she was.
Where was I going? What was I doing?
Finally done. Ah! Holy carrots!
Oh.
What did you do? My invitations! Where did they all go?
So in this game, you're going through different rooms and different levels, trying to collect up all the invitations that you've just scattered. And again, the level of detail. So you're moving from one place to the other and looking inside rooms by grabbing hold of these roots. And it's just such a cute way to do it. But then within that, you're also running around, talking to characters and moving through rooms.
My wife is gonna have my carrots! The last time this happened, she murdered 37 of our children!
Your wife?
No! The queen, of course!
And I really like this way that you get sort of a board to talk back with. It's just the floating words is beautiful. Again, you can look all the way around the house and up, and I like the consistency of the story that you fell through the roof, so there is a hole in the roof and you can't see what's up there. Oh, I didn't see that before. You deserve a whole wonderland, no halves. Oh, and yeah, okay. So later on in the game, that part about being a half a card comes in. So it's really interesting coming back and revisiting that, you know, there are clues to what's coming up later, right at the very, very beginning in the first room. That's nice. Again, an attention to detail. Okay, so again, it's the tiny little things that just bring me so much joy. So you see these tiny baby rabbits? If you push them, they squeak and roll about. I'm sorry. I just love that. Oh, I could do it all day. And I accidentally managed to push one over the edge once, and that was quite sad, so I'm not going to do that here.
Approaching the painting, her memory starts to return. In that very moment...
Patches was a cat.
Of course, Patches was always a cat.
So as you're playing, you sort of go down these different staircases and round, and you know, sort of it comes to a point where you're just surrounded by rooms, and it's really magical. It's just so much fun, so beautifully kind of crafted and conceived of. It really feels like you're sort of inside a book in a way. I'm looking around, I can't see it in this level, but there's a really cute part where I sort of just happened to glance down once into the darkness, and the Cheshire Cat was grinning back up at me. And it gave me kind of a bit of a scare, but a pleasant one. And again, just the artwork, the detail, it's really, really cute. So I think it's one for it's aimed at younger players, but honestly, it's enchanting for adults as well. I absolutely loved playing this game. Yeah, definitely worth it. High up on my list of very cool. So there are some other games here that I'll devote a different video to. Sam & Max, of course, we have to talk about Sam & Max, but I think that deserves a different video where we can focus on that. Red Matter was quite interesting. It's a bit of a puzzle game like The Room, but I had problems with it because you're in a spacesuit, so you're sort of gravity defying and you're kind of like floating around like a spaceman, and I just found it gave me really bad motion sickness. So one of the problems with VR is it can cause motion sickness, and certain things can exacerbate that, and that was just one of them for me. So I am working my way through it, but I'm doing it in really sort of short bursts. Yeah, so there are some other games I'll talk about, but just the ones that I've really been enjoying are The Room, Down the Rabbit Hole, and Shadowgate. I've just started on this, and I love it. So again, it's about the atmosphere for me. I love this. Mines of Mythrock, book 1 of the Shadowgate saga. So you know, when I was growing up, a lot of the adventure games, they were text-based, you know, so I play them in books. I play a lot of fighting fantasy books. But I also... oh, hello! You know, I played a lot of MUDs, which were multiplayer dimensions. They were text-based adventures online with other people. And all of this that you're seeing around you, you had to do it in your imagination. And a lot of these things I would imagine, but to actually be standing inside your own imagination, somebody else's imagination, and these worlds is, I mean, come on, this is cool, right? This is kind of damn amazing.
Your adventure's difficulty level is set to normal by default. However, you can make your experience less difficult or more difficult. It's entirely up to you.
So, yeah, you have this talking raven that guides you through the worlds, as you should have with any good fantasy. I am a total wimp, so you begin with normal, but I actually start out on an easy because I like to run through a game. And know what I'm up against, and then I'll go through it on a harder level. But just
and so it begins.
It does begin. Yeah, because I had because I had no idea what to expect
one
the
would
first
accept
time
the challenge. The castle Shadowgate awaits you.
Woo! Alright, so what I like here, my brother was showing me that on Walking Dead it's kind of similar. You've actually got pockets, but you don't realise you've got pockets unless you look down. So I have a wand here, and it took me a while to realise that I had a wand because I didn't know that I had a pocket because I wasn't looking down, but... Oh, what an atmosphere, hey? Beyond the wall.
Welcome to the spires of Adgor, sorcerer. Despite its bleak appearance, the rock on which you stand is holy ground, so tread carefully upon it. I see your belt holds a sorcerer's wand. Good. We will need such things, for dark days lie ahead.
I mean, this is just impressive, right? Yeah, I mean, welcome sorcerer, that's fine. I always used to play a thief. I'll be a sorcerer today.
Listen to me, sorcerer. For time is fleet and this spectral portal will soon fade. I am Lakmir the Timeless, Grand Wizard of the Circle of 12 and Warder of the... Do not tarry. Fare thee well.
Come on, that's an awesome start to this kind of adventure, isn't it? That's what you'd expect, isn't it? Exactly what you'd expect. Did I just set fire to that? I don't think I was supposed to set fire to... Oh, there we go. Cool, alright. Even got some runes going on there. So yeah, this it took me quite a while to realise what wand was for. So spoiler alert, but it fires fireballs. How cool is that? Hell yeah! And later, that comes in a lot of handy for the spiders. Yeah, so I won't tell you too much about the spiders, but you know, if you have arachnophobia, this might not be the game for you. But yeah, I just love this. Again, I think atmospherically it just absolutely hit it on the mark with what you would expect in the previous games from like a mystery game or a fairy tale game or sort of a magical mythical RPG game. These three just really hit it for me. I have really been enjoying them. Although, you know, I have not been playing for a few months, but I'm getting back into them and I really do want to finish this one. So yeah. So for artwork and just general satisfaction, I have been enjoying these. So yeah, I mean, now that you know what I like, if there are any other games that kind of are similar...
Might I persuade you to get on with it, as they say?
Oh my god,
I fear that I may freeze to death before this little quest of ours has even begun.
I forgot what a whingy princess that bloody raven is. He really does just nag. But yeah, now that you know what I like, if there are any other games that kind of meet these sort of specs of fairy tale dark, not too action. I like a bit of action. I don't mind shooting a few spiders, but I quite like the strategy side of things a bit more. So yeah, let me know what else I should be playing.